Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Jamieology. If you're new here, my name is Jamie, and today we're going to be going over my April 2022 bullet journal spread. So I'm so excited to be sharing this with you, and I look forward to seeing your comments down below. If you haven't yet, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out and helps me keep creating content for you and helps you get notified whenever I release a new video. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so as always, I had to start by lighting a candle. I think this just adds to the ambiance of bullet journaling and makes it such a more relaxing practice. And of course, the day that I decided to do a spring-themed bullet journal, it decided to blizzard outside, which didn't really set the right mood for me, but we handled it anyway. So this month I decided to try out some new markers, and I tried these Crayola Super Tip washable markers, and I'll let you know how those worked out throughout this video. But the other supplies that I used, as always, was whiteout, my Papermate Inkjoy pens, and I have a lot of colors of them, so that comes in handy. And of course I also used my colored pencils. So for April, I decided to go with a rainy bullet journal theme because, you know the old saying, April showers bring May flowers. So I really wanted to encapsulate that into this bullet journal spread. So on my cover page, I decided to draw some rain boots, and doodles are always a little bit difficult for me to draw, so it took a couple tries, but it turned out super cute. And then I filled the boots with some doodled flowers, which also just made it super colorful and very, very cute. And I made the boots have polka dots, and I kind of drew them in a room space just to give it a little bit of depth. Once I had everything drawn in pencil, I went over it with the Crayola markers, and this was my first time trying them out, and I really liked how they added a lot more color to the page than my pens typically do. It made it a lot more bold, and I found that they didn't bleed through the pages, which was very surprising to me, as I know a lot of markers can bleed through bullet journal pages, and that is never any fun. So I had a lot of fun using these markers and just adding different pops of color, and I did really like using these for my bullet journal, so I'll probably use them in the future. I did use my pens to outline everything again, just because I thought the markers didn't do enough to create good edges on my drawings, so I did use pen to just give it more of an outline. For my quote page, I decided to use the quote, "When life gives you rainy days, wear cute boots and jump in the puddles," because this is just one of my absolute favorite quotes, and I think it reminds us that, you know, we're gonna have days that aren't very good, but we can make them into a good day. So it was just a good reminder, and it turned out super cute. I used a different font for rainy day, cute boots, and puddles, just to have those words stand out more on the page. And I also added a raindrop next to rainy day. This is a good tip for if you ever don't have your text completely centered. Just add a little doodle and it'll make it look centered. So if you ever run into that problem, that is a quick tip for you. Once I was done with the text, I decided to draw some little puddle doodles on the bottom of the page, and these are super, super simple to draw. You just draw a bunch of random lines going around in a circle at different levels of the circle to make it look like there is a puddle on your page. And then I added some cute little raindrops around the page too, to just fill up the white space. Then I was back to coloring again, so I used the black marker for any of the cursive lettering, and then I used blue and pink colors to fill in the rainy day, cute boots, and puddles, just because, again, I wanted those words to pop off of the page, and it really added a lot of color for this quote page. I feel like this is the perfect time to remind you to like and subscribe to this page if you are enjoying this video and want to see more in the future. I would sincerely appreciate it. So the last step on this page was just outlining the puddles in black, and then I colored in the puddles with blue colored pencil, and then I also used a pink colored pencil to color in the little heart next to cute boots. Alright, so this is my finished quote page and cover page. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and we will move right on to our next page, which is my monthly spread. Alright, so I started as always by gridding out where my calendar was going to be, and I decided to have my calendar more on the left side of the spread this time, just because I knew that I wanted some space on the right side to draw in our doodle for later. I started out by drawing the calendar, and in this one I decided to have a line at the top of each day where I would put the number, and you will see how I fill that in with color later. So I added April 2022 to the top of the page, and then I got started on my doodle, which was just an umbrella, which was super easy to draw, and it turned out very, very cute, so I'm really happy with how this looked on my calendar page. The last section I added to my calendar page was just this goals section, which I have on every bullet journal spread that I do, and I also added some of those cute little puddles at the bottom of the page to follow the previous pages. I used mainly the Crayola markers again to color in this page, and I again really enjoyed it. I found that it was a little bit harder to get nice crisp edges, which is something I really like with my bullet journals, so that was something that I would have preferred using my pens for, but I did again like the pop of color that it gave to the page, and I outlined again in pen just to give it that more crisp look. Once I finished up the puddles and colored those in with colored pencil again, this page was done, and I was really happy about how it looked in the end. On to the next page, which is of course our mood tracker. Again, one of my favorite pages to draw and use, and you'll notice that I messed up here and I wrote April habits at the top, which is not what I meant to do, and I fixed that at the end, just so you know. So I drew the title in clouds because this page is going to be a rain mood tracker. So essentially I'm going to have the umbrella that shows what the moods are with the color coding, and I filled that with the same flowers that I used on the cover page, and then I included a raindrop for every day of the month. So basically I'll color each raindrop in for whatever that daily mood is, and I love how this turned out. It was very cute. I added a bunch of little dots throughout the page, and I colored the umbrella in with some pretty bright colors, so this page will look awesome once I actually have it filled in with my moods. I think it's really fun to experiment with a variety of different doodles. It just challenges your abilities and improves your skills of drawing in general. So it was really fun to draw all these umbrellas and different flower doodles throughout this spread. And of course I thought I was done here, but obviously I had to fix the habits part at the top of the page, which is why I always keep whiteout with me. So I just covered up habits in whiteout, and I wrote over that with the black marker again. This is the perfect time to remind you that we are all human and we all make mistakes, and that is why I usually write in pencil first, but that doesn't stop all of the mistakes that I'm going to make. So just keep that in mind and don't worry about being perfect with your bullet journaling. Alright, so on the other side of this page, I'm going to do the habit tracker, which is another one of my favorite pages to do every month. And I did this again kind of as a grid format, but I changed it up and made it a little bit simpler. So I made a 5x7 box for each day, so I would have enough room for all of the weekdays, and then I colored in a line above each box where I was going to write the title. I outlined all the boxes in black, and then I added in my titles, which is just whatever habits you want to keep track of that month. And finally, I closed off any days that weren't a part of this month, which just happened to be the top 5 days for April. And it's as simple as that, and you're done. So the final spread in my April 2022 bullet journal spread is my April moments page, which again is kind of like the line a day pages that I've done in the past, but I decided that I wanted more space to write about each day. So I made a box for each day that had 3 lines in it, and basically I will just keep track of 3 main points of what happened each day. So that will allow me to look back on it and see exactly what happened in my life. So I just made a little box in the corner with the same colors that I used in my monthly spread, and I numbered each of those for the days of April. I then went through and outlined each of the big boxes with black pen. Again, this just gives it a nice crisp line and makes it pop out on the page. Drawing all of these boxes definitely took a lot more time than my typical line-a-day pages, but I think it'll be worth it because I will be able to see a lot more clearly what I did each day instead of just one thing that happened or the one thing I'm grateful for. So I'm looking forward to seeing this at the end of the month. To finish up this page, I added our title to the top of it, which again is April Moments, and I added that same raindrop. And then I had this space at the bottom of the right page, so I decided to add an umbrella there. And I did mess up the first time, so I redrew it. Again, doodles take a while. The final step was just filling in the umbrella and our title with color, and I decided to use the light blue to fit with the other pages of our theme. So this was the last page of my April 2022 bullet journal spread. So I want to do one final flip through for you to see all of the pages together, but I hope you all enjoyed, and I would love to see what your favorite page was in the comments below. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed going through my April 2022 bullet journal spread. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, definitely hit that like and subscribe button down below, and I will see you in my next video.